Hi. My Uncle Fred was a man of values. Something that defines my memories of him were how those values were also pillars of his personality. And everyone here who knew him knew that his very large personality defined his essence and the experience of being in his presence. There are many values that I could speak to, but some of them that stand out most prominently in my memories were the importance of truth and justice, a passion for history and storytelling, his undying commitment to his family, both the relatives that he had and the family of friends and colleagues that he built for himself around the world, and his overflowing generosity. And there's so many stories that I was running through my head. I was trying to figure out which ones to tell. But I was thinking about one story that kind of ties all of these together. My family was here visiting a while ago, and we had all gone out to dinner, and we were in the mall at a restaurant, and the air conditioning was really working, and my sister was getting pretty cold. And we realized that Fred had disappeared. We didn't know where he went, maybe to the bathroom, or we weren't sure. But, you know, we ordered our food, and all of a sudden Fred comes back, and he had gone out into the mall in the middle of dinner and brought back a sweater. He had gone out and actually bought a sweater for my sister without being asked, it was a very quiet thing, and he just came back and gave it, and that was it. But that's so sincere generosity and actually acting on those values as opposed to just talking about them was something that really stood out to me. But I wanted to share something that he actually wrote for my sister and I a very long time ago. This is actually before he was a Baha'i, but there's a Baha'i holiday called a Yamaha, and actually just finished a couple weeks ago. And he had written a children's story for us when my sister and I were very young. And he just called it An a Yamaha Story. And I love this story. I try to read it every year during a Yamaha because I didn't get to see him during that time usually, and it was a way of personally reconnecting to him. So something that Fred was very good at was storytelling. And while you can't see the text, something that he did was he used fonts to great effect, that attention to detail. Anyone who ever saw him preparing a PowerPoint presentation knows his attention to detail. So there's big text and little text, and I will do my best to try and convey that verbally for you. So, An a Yamaha Story by my Uncle Fred. Once upon a time, there was a boy and a girl. They were brother and sister. The brother's name was Iman, and the sister's name was Shayna. They lived in a comfortable house, which was not too big, but it was not too small either. The house did not have a name, or if it did, they kept it a secret. The house had a big backyard. Iman and Shayna lived with their mother and father. Their mother's name was Esther, and their father's name was Farhad. Sometimes Iman called his father Farhad. In a far, far away place called St. Louis, Iman and Shayna had an aunt and uncle. The aunt's name was Marika. Sometimes Shayna called her aunt Rika. The brother and sister just called their uncle Uncle Fred, Uncle Fred. He was bald on top of his head, but he had a bushy beard too. Aunt Marika was a teacher at a university in St. Louis. She had lots and lots of students. Aunt Marika taught her students all about movies and how to make television shows. Uncle Fred was a scientist at another university in St. Louis. He was always working in a laboratory, trying to make new medicines for people. Sometimes Aunt Marika and Uncle Fred went to Woods Hole by the ocean. Then Iman and Shayna got to see them. They also got to see sea lions, starfish, and crabs. Iman and Shayna liked playing with the crabs. The crabs tickled. One day it was getting very close to a Yamaha. Iman and Shayna became excited because they knew a Yamaha is a special holiday when they receive lots and lots of nice presents, and their mother made special yummy food. Every day Iman asked, "When is the Yamaha coming? When is it coming?" That's 7 question marks, each getting bigger on the page right now. Every day Farhad said, soon, it's coming soon. Then Iman asked Esther, when is a Yamaha coming? When is it coming? Every day Esther said, soon, it is coming soon. But Iman couldn't wait for soon. He wanted a Yamaha now. Shayna tried to figure out what was going on. Iman told her, you don't understand, but she got excited anyway. Then finally a Yamaha came. It really did. Everybody was happy that a Yamaha came. Iman was excited, Shayna was excited. Then came the Yamaha presents. There were big Yamaha presents, and there were some smaller Yamaha presents. After all the Yamaha presents were played with, and the wrapping paper was put away, Iman looked around. Shayna looked around too. Something was missing. Iman asked Farhad, hey, where are the presents from Marika and Uncle Fred, huh? Where are they? Shayna said, huh? Farhad looked around and then he said, I don't know, ask Mommy. Iman asked Esther, hey, where are the presents from Marika and Uncle Fred, huh? Where are they? Again, Shayna said, huh? Esther looked around and then she said, I don't know, they are coming later. Iman asked, later? When later? Huh? 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 Lots of question marks. Shayna said, huh? Nobody knew. Really, nobody knew. Then the telephone rang. Ring, ring, ring. Esther answered the telephone. It was Marika on the telephone. Marika said, blah, 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 blah. Happy a Yamaha. Esther answered, blah, 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 happy a Yamaha. Then Iman got on the phone and he said, blah, blah, happy a Yamaha, where are the presents? Shayna said, hi, Rika, huh? Marika said, blah, 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 I am sending you a Yamaha presents soon. Every day, Iman waited for the mail. He was looking for the Yamaha presents from Marika and Uncle Fred. Every day, there were no presents. Iman asked Farhad, hey, where are the presents from Marika and Uncle Fred, huh? Where are they? Shayna said, huh? Farhad looked around and then he said, I don't know, ask Mommy. Iman asked Esther, hey, where are the presents from Marika and Uncle Fred, huh? Where are they? Again, Shayna said, huh? Esther looked around and then she said, I don't know, they are coming later. Iman asked, later? When later? Huh, 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 huh? Shayna said, huh? Nobody knew, really, nobody knew. Iman stopped asking, where are the presents from Marika and Uncle Fred? Shayna stopped saying, huh? They had many important things to do. Then one day, a long, long, long time later, there came a big box, a really big box. Iman looked at the box and read the label on it. The box was from St. Louis. Wow! Iman and Shayna and Esther and Farhad opened the box. Inside the box were all kinds of things. There was a note saying, happy a Yamaha. The grass in the backyard was growing. The birds were singing. It was springtime around the house, and it was a Yamaha all over again. Most children only have one a Yamaha every year, but this year, Farhad and Esther and Iman and Shayna had two Yamahas. That's because St. Louis is very far away, and because Marika and Uncle Fred were busy, 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 and busy. So that's the Yamaha story, about the time when Iman and Shayna had two Yamahas because Marika and Uncle Fred were very, very busy and very, very slow. And all of this happened once upon a time.